We have a trade to announce.
What is going on, guys? Jay back with you today, and as Gary Bettman just said, we do have a trade to announce. The Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs did end up making a massive 9-player trade today, so let's get right into it. So Dion, Phaneuf, Matt Fratton, Casey Bailey, Ryan Rupert, and Cody Donahue are all going to the Ottawa Senators in exchange for Jared Cowan, Colin Greening, Milan Mahalik, Tobias Lindbergh, and a second-round pick. Got all that? Alright. So Dion Phaneuf is a top 4 defenseman that would probably play on our second line in Ottawa, so that's going to be good. We have a good top 4 now at least. We were having some defensive struggles, so hopefully that helps. Then we have Matt Fratton, who's kind of a lower tier guy who plays in the bottom 6, could play in the AHL, good depth guy for you. And the next 3 guys I don't know much about, and Casey Bailey, Ryan Rupert, and Cody Donahue. I don't know much about them, so I can't really give my opinion on them. But they all look like prospects to me, so that's good for us because we do need more prospects in either in Binghamton, the AHL team, or playing somewhere to where they can come over here soon. So now going back to Toronto is Jared Cowan, who's a young guy who hasn't really found good time and his actual performance on the ice struggles. He's not a big offensive guy, but I guess he could play solid defense once he finds his game again. You have Colin Greening, who could play in the NHL for you. He's got some speed, he's got some size to him, and could be a good player for you. Could play in their 4th line, even 3rd line if you have the right team, or could play in the AHL as a depth guy. But he does come with a pretty big contract, not huge, but it does end rather soon. And you have Milan Mahalik, who's been a really good guy for Ottawa. Was playing on like the 3rd or 2nd line this year with Clark MacArthur being injured. So kind of hard losing him. He did provide a pretty big role for us. Didn't put up a ton of points, but he fills out the lineup pretty well. And then Tobias Lindbergh, an AHL guy who just was signed, that started really slow to the year, then has picked up as of recently. Trying to find his game, trying to get his complete game going again, and then a 2nd-round pick in 2017. So, what I think about this trade, it is a very, very interesting trade. Could go both ways. Could talk to 100 people. You can get 100 different opinions. But since this is my YouTube channel and this is my opinions, let's talk about those. So, like I said, Dion Phaneuf is going to be a top 4 defenseman for us. We needed, defensive help, so that definitely helps us a lot. With that, the only downside of him, bringing him to Ottawa is obviously his contract. He's signed for $70 million a year through 2021. So another 4 years, 5 years, 6 years almost, I think. So he does come with a huge contract. So it's kind of the downfall of him. I was hoping when I saw this trade, I actually didn't wake up to the trade. My brother actually texted me and said, "Hey, look at this." So I was sleeping in, and he actually told me. The only downfall is, like I said, I wish we could have retained some salary. Not we, but Toronto. I wish they could have retained some salary just to help out Ottawa a little bit. But I guess we didn't get that. And then the other 4 guys, it's only really time to tell where they're going to be and how they're going to play for us. I don't really know much about any of the other ones other than Matt Fratton. He's been in the league for a little while. Has played multiple different roles in multiple different situations. So he can definitely provide a good help for us if we do make it to the playoffs. And then here's what I have most to say about Ottawa. The guys that we sent, I don't want to say they're misfits, as they don't really fit into the team anymore, but they're guys that I don't want to say are easily replaced either, but they're guys that we can easily fill a role, or fill guys into that role for them. Now, if you guys didn't know, Clark MacArthur is also a left wing for the Senators who has a pretty massive deal. He's signed for the next 5 years, I'm pretty sure, at $4.85 million. So it's a little bit bigger deal than Milan Mahalik at $4 million for the next 2 years. So I kind of wish, in the sheer fact that his contract being 5 years would I think that contract, the contract alone matches up better with Phaneuf's than Mihalik's does, because everyone that we sent ends within the next like 2 or 3 years, right? Well, if you look at the guys we got from Toronto, Phaneuf's, like I said, for the next 5 or 6 years. Then we have Fratton and Bailey, who end this year. Then you have Rupert, who signed for 2 years. And then you have Donahue, or whatever his name is, signed for 3 years. Right? So we have prospects that we're probably going to re-sign. I don't know about Fratton, but we'll probably sign Bailey again. But if you guys don't remember, there was also a minor trade I didn't make a video about, only because it didn't really matter too much. But we also did trade 2 AHL defensemen, basically, and Connor Allen coming from Nashville, or Milwaukee, their AHL team, to us for Patrick Mullen. So that was kind of a really interesting trade, just 2 AHL defensemen. Not really much of a video there that I could have made. So we made that deal earlier in the year. So getting these forward prospects definitely will hopefully help us. But this trade, very interesting. Obviously, only time will tell to see how this all, pans out. And I'm really kind of excited to hopefully watch Ottawa make their way towards the playoffs. If not, then it's going to be probably another, I don't want to say rebuilding year, but a lot of pieces need to be filled in. And hopefully some young guys can step up the rest of the year and show that they deserve to be in the NHL. So that's my opinions, guys. Leave your opinions or comments down in the comment section below. And let me know what you guys think. Leave a like and make sure you subscribe and all other good stuff. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later.
I don't care if they're talking about us. No.